Now available in paperback and ebook, The Man Who Rules the World. John Haynes must bring together men and gods to overcome a threat that seeks to destroy the planet. The Man Who Rules the World. Now available in paperback and e-readers everywhere. Even during this COVID-19 pandemic, which is taking the lives of people all across the globe, these beta males are still participating in their spectrum of violent behaviors. Now, in this incident in South Carolina, Gabriel Jordan, a 37-year-old man, decided to murder his ex-girlfriend and two of her four daughters after he found out that she went to the beach with another man. Now, when I take a critical examination of this incident, I see yet another incident in America and the West's ongoing man crisis. And your Gabriel Jordan is a textbook example of what I talked about in my book, The Man Crisis, as related to the spectrum of violent behaviors that these beta males participate in. Because when it comes down to many of these beta males, they want to live in a smooth world. And they want to live in a world where there are no problems, no conflicts, and no obstacles. And because they want to live in a world with no problems, conflicts, or obstacles, the minute they run into something where there's a problem, that's when a lot of these men snap, and that's when these men explode in rage and participate in a spectrum of violent behaviors. And it looks like to me that your Gabriel Jordan had a hard time dealing with reality as related to his ex-girlfriend, Shanta Singleton, because when I take a critical examination of your Shanta Singleton, this woman clearly was a dysfunctional single mother because her daughters have another man's last name, and your Gabriel Jordan could not objectively see the big picture as related to his ex-girlfriend being a single mom and being someone who clearly was not really interested in pursuing a committed relationship with him. Because according to this article, your Gabriel Jordan was in an on-again, off-again relationship with this single mother, and he couldn't see the clear picture as related to their relationship. Because when a relationship is on again, off again, it's clear that that woman really does not have any real interest in this man and is not interested in committing or building with that man. And it's clear to me that this woman had emotional attachments to her child's father. Unfortunately, because your Gabriel Jordan was invested emotionally in this woman and not thinking critically about the situation, he wound up getting so caught up in this woman's intoxication that he did not understand she just was not into him and was still bonded with her DNA to the child's father and other men. And what she really was basically seeing this beta male as a utility, basically probably seeing him as a Uber, basically seeing him as childcare, and basically seeing him as a tool. But because he wasn't thinking critically about this woman, he couldn't see that she was just using him as a stopgap, because if it's on again, off again, she sees him as filler until the next man rolls up. And because your Gabriel Jordan didn't get the male life skills he needed to understand how relationships work, this is what led to him simmering and boiling in anger and then eventually exploding in a rage when he found out that his ex-girlfriend went to the beach with another man. Now, when he found this out, this is what led to him going on this murder spree where he strangled his ex-girlfriend before shooting her, and then when one of his daughters tried to intervene, he then went and shot them as well. So it shows me how sick this man is and how this man, again, had no coping skills, because when a girlfriend tells you she doesn't want anything to do with you anymore, yes, you're going to hurt, but a man with male life skills is going to be able to navigate through his emotions, and he's going to say, okay, she doesn't want anything to do with me, and if she doesn't want anything to do with me, I'm going to charge her to the game and keep it moving, because that means that there are better prospects out there. And sadly, your Gabriel Jordan could not even see how blessed he was to be away from this woman, because it's clear to me that this single mom was a toxic female. I mean, she already had 4 children by another man, and she was looking to pursue a relationship with yet another man. So he was going to dodge a bullet as related to this predatory female. Unfortunately, because he was such a simp and so caught up in his feelings about this woman, he couldn't see how he was dodging a bullet and decided to go out here and go on a shooting rampage and destroy her life, because he felt, that his life was destroyed, and he felt because his life was being destroyed, that gave him a right to go out here and not only destroy her life, but also take the lives of her children. So this act of violence was passively an act of revenge and aggressively an act of cowardice, because your Gabriel Jordan, after participating in the murder of his ex-girlfriend and her 2 children, this coward decided to take his own life because he did not want to deal with the criminal justice system, where they probably was going to turn that tight end into a wide receiver. And because he didn't want to face the criminal justice system, he decided to take his own life. And this incident, again, shows us the spectrum of violent behaviors these beta males participate in. And again, the reason why these beta males participate in this spectrum of violent behaviors is because these ticking time bombs, they have not been taught male life skills, they have not been taught male survival skills, and one of the male life skills a boy learns from his father and other men in the community is learning how to cope with a breakup. And a man who knows how to cope with a breakup, he understands that yes, I am feeling this hurt, but it does not give me a right to go out here and hurt others. A man who understands that breakups hurt understands that even though he is feeling this pain, it is not his right to go out here and inflict pain on others. And a man who knows this understands that yes, while I'm feeling this pain about this breakup, God did this for a reason, and that reason is to prepare me for a better relationship. And all I need to do is let that woman go on her way and let me go my way. And once I go my way, I can be blessed to go out here and have a better relationship with a better woman. Unfortunately, guys like Gabriel Jordan, these beta males, they don't have interdependent relationships with women. They have codependent relationships with women, and they attach emotional hoses to women. And when those women want to cut that hose, what they do is they go on a rampage where they want to destroy everybody. They want to destroy everybody's life around them, and they want to destroy everybody and hurt everybody because they are hurting. But you do not have a right to hurt others because you are hurting. No, a man understands that yes, while I am feeling emotional pain, I still have a responsibility to act in a way that is positive. And most men who are out here who have broken up with women, yes, they feel that pain, but they understand they have a responsibility to others, they have a responsibility to themselves, and they understand that life is going to go on, and they would rather go on because if this is going to end, then God must have something better But many of these males in crisis, they don't understand how relationships work because they have learned from their single mothers how to react to situations instead of responding to them. Now, I find this situation to be quite troubling because, again, during this COVID-19 pandemic, where people are losing their lives, these beta males don't think about the lives of others. All they think about are their feelings and what they want right now. And they just go out here and destroy people's lives, like these two innocent daughters. And they do this because they're so in their feelings about hurt. All they want to do is hurt other people, but they don't understand that hurting other people does not heal them. And this guy, he didn't understand this, and this is why he participated in one of the most horrific acts of violence I have seen so far this year, next to the mass shootings in Canada. And again, all about a single mom who rejected him, not understanding that with every rejection comes an opportunity for something better. And sometimes when somebody says no, that's so you can get an opportunity to be with someone better who can say yes to you. And your Gabriel Jordan, he didn't understand that he was getting out of a bad situation with this ex-girlfriend, getting out of a bad situation with this single mom, and he was going to be in a better place, but he just needed to get his head right. Because had he gotten his head right, he would have looked at this situation objectively, like I'm looking at this situation, and seeing that he was going to be in a better place, because instead of him having an on-again, off-again relationship with a non-committed single mom, he was going to become a single man, and at 37, he was going to be in a very good place to build a relationship with a healthy woman. But unfortunately, because he was so caught up in his feelings about this female, he couldn't see that, and that's what led to him destroying her life, destroying the life of two of her daughters, and then looking to take his own life. And that's what a man in crisis does, because a man in crisis cannot see there's a light at the end of the tunnel. And again, sometimes God takes something away from you so that he can give you someone better and something better and put you in a better situation. But you have to build the discipline, the character, and resolve to navigate through your emotions, work through your pain, work through your feelings, and work towards building a better life. That's what a man has to do in a breakup. He has to understand that, yes, things didn't work out with this woman. Maybe there were some things you did. Maybe there were some things she did. But you are out of a relationship that is not working, and you are in a better place where you can go out here and work towards something better. And that's what the beta male doesn't understand, because the beta male, he wants to keep the smooth world going, not understanding that the smooth world is the place where it leads to the chaos, because he's trying to force things to work that aren't going to work, and force things to work with people who don't want to work with him. And from Gabriel Jordan's story, it looks like this man in this on-again, off-again relationship was trying to force things to work with this single mom. And when you try to force things to work with people that is not going to work, eventually something's going to break. And the thing that broke was Gabriel Jordan's mind. And I talked about this in depth in my book, Stop Simping, Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance. How when beta males try to make things, force things to work, what breaks is them. And what broke, again, was this man's mind when he found out that there was no way to go back to his smooth world where he could continue to have this on-again, off-again with her going out here with this other man at the beach. And this is the thing that led to him exploding in a rage, because he thought if he couldn't have her, no one else will. And again, that's a selfish notion for a man to have. And men in crisis, they are very selfish, and that's what makes them ticking time bombs, and what makes them extremely dangerous to deal with. And I look at this situation again,
And it's a very tragic situation. Oh, and again, it's one of those situations that where when a boy does not get the male life skills he needs, he winds up becoming a man in crisis, and he becomes a man who participates in a spectrum of violent behaviors that wind up destroying the lives of all the people around him. And this situation, again, it's just really sad to hear about, but I'm really saddened to hear that again, somebody lost their life, and it wouldn't have to happen if we started teaching boys that sometimes you don't get the girl that you want, and sometimes you are blessed when you get away from a woman who doesn't want you. Rejection is a part of life. Rejection is a part of relationships, and you have to learn how to deal with rejection, because sometimes, again, when a woman says no, that is opening up the door for God to give you someone better, someone greater, and put you in a situation where you can truly be blessed. But you can only get that if you make the choice to let go and let God lead you to someone and something better. If you want to learn more about the dysfunctional behaviors of beta males like I talked about in this story, you can pick up my book, The Man Crisis, on Amazon.com in paperback and Kindle formats. And you can also find that book on Smashwords and the iBookstore and Google Play. And if you want to learn how to avoid female predators like your Gabriel Jordan got involved with, you can also pick up my book, Stop Simping: Why Men Don't Need Finance to Get Romance, which is also available in paperback and Kindle formats on Amazon.com, also available on Smashwords and the iBookstore and Google Play. And if you want to see me make more videos like this, you can donate to my Patreon, my PayPal, or my Cash App, so I can continue making these videos, and you can find those links in the description box. That's all I have to say for this video. You can comment, rate, and subscribe.
Now available for the first time on Google Play, The Man Crisis. Learn why so many men are falling apart in an increasingly gynocentric world in The Man Crisis. Get your copy on Google Play today.